Okay, this story has been on my mind for about the last, I don't know, 12, 15 hours, 16 hours. And it's a true story. So approximately 36 years ago, right after Ken and I were married, this happened. And we were married on Easter Sunday. In fact, our wedding was the Easter Sunday service. So a lot of people came that weren't necessarily invited. I had sent out invitations, but a lot of people in the community came. And a lot of people in our church asked people in the community to come because they knew it was going to be, different. And so we had a worship service just like we would normally have, except it was like out of the ballpark. And I do thank you again, George and Marty, because I know you guys did that and you're probably listening to this. Anyway, someone had invited this couple, and they were kind of new age, and they owned a business in town. And they had just started the first Unitarian church in this small community. So they were overwhelmed, I think, by the worship. They had never seen or experienced anything like that. And so Ken and I were gone quite some time on our honeymoon after that. But when we got back, they asked George and Marty, our friends who were worship leaders, and Ken and I, or George and Marty maybe asked us to come with them to go do worship for them at this Unitarian church. It was only them and maybe one other couple. I really don't remember. It wasn't many people at all. And I don't even remember, some odd little building. And they had all these little Buddhas and various other statues of various other New Age things. And we just started singing, and at that time, 36 years ago, most of what we sang was scripture set to music. And it was really hilarious. I didn't think that much of it, but every time we would start worshiping the Lord, this little Buddha would fall off his shelf. And it happened several times. And it was really funny because I've got this picture, vision, whatever you want to call it, of the main guy sitting on a fence, and that's where he liked to be. But there was going to come a time that he couldn't sit on the fence any longer, and he was caught between two opinions of, basically the Lord and the truth of the Lord and, this New Age stuff. I didn't go into that much detail, and I know that was the gist of it. Anyway, that story kept coming back to me, and I'm going, Lord, what do you do? Why? Because at the time, we didn't even think that much about it because we were so used to God manifesting in ways like that. And, what was really hilarious is the guy had to pick up the Buddha or whatever other ones were and place him back on the shelf, but he kept falling over. It's like he had to bow down before the presence of the Lord. It reminded me of that time when the Philistines captured the ark, and they brought the ark into the temple of Dagon, their god, which is like a fish god with a man's head or something like that, and it kept falling over too. So I would just like to encourage you that it's God is, I think, going to start, he's going to start manifesting more in those ways. He is going to, if we will worship him, if we will keep him first, if we will honor him, everything has got to bow down to him. So this is an addendum to the Buddha Falls. If memory serves me correctly, I think that was the first and last meeting of the Unitarian Church in that little town.